Hello and welcome. This is a reading for the full moon in Libra happening today, April 7th or 8th, depending where you are in the world. And it's a super moon, so we're gonna feel her energy more than usual because she's closer to the earth. So let's see what's going on. So of course we have the moon. The moon is here. And the moon is asking us to really dive deep into ourselves and reconnect with parts of ourselves that we didn't know were there, or that we forgot, that we couldn't see. And so it's really asking us to go deep into the dark and the unknown of our own self, to reconnect with aspects of ourselves. And it's also asking us to listen and connect with the rhythms of life and the cycles, because and also the understanding that nothing in life is stable, and everything is ever changing, and nothing is permanent. And it's like the moon changes every day. And so it's really asking us to be comfortable with this, with the fact that nothing is permanent or stable, and it's okay, and it doesn't have to be scary and really horrible. It's just life. That's what life is about. And yes, it's also asking us to connect with our intuition and our emotions. Maybe we have more vivid dreams, and we have more we have a deeper connection with our intuition right now. We have the Three of Swords, which is really talking about vulnerability, and it's really an opportunity to be in touch with our vulnerability, which can be scary, because in our society vulnerability is seen as a weakness, and it's something that we're kind of like ashamed of, and we want to hide our vulnerability or pretend that it's not there. But these times right now, planet Earth are challenging, and it's really we're face to face with our vulnerability, and with death, and with instability and who knows what's gonna happen. And so it's actually a really beautiful opportunity to connect with our heart and our vulnerability, and understand that vulnerability is a strength, and there's so much beauty, and there's so much beauty and sweetness about feeling your heart, feeling the because it's all about opening your heart, which is something that is very that is gonna happen if you're on a path of self-discovery, of a path of awakening. It's just gonna happen. You're gonna open your heart, because that's all life is about. So yeah, we're really seeing this right now, and the moon is supporting us with this awakening to our own vulnerability. And we are at the end of a cycle. We have the Ten of Swords here, and that is telling us that we reached the end of a cycle, and if we want to move forward, we really need to let go of the past, and past old ways of thinking and old energies that are preventing us from fully be ourselves and fully move forward, and old patterns, old structures, all this is just gonna, it's being I mean, it's not even that we have to do something about it, it's happening anyways. But if we resist it, it's gonna be painful. So it's like, okay, well, it's happening, it's just exploding and collapsing and breaking down, so we might as well accept it, surrender to it, because it's happening. It's just, there's nothing we can do except surrendering and really fully accepting, embracing the new, and letting go of all the old that needs to die. And there is it can be uncomfortable, because there's like conflicting energies, because it's springtime, it's Aries season, and we have a lot of fire, and we see like nature awakening like everywhere, and we ourselves are awakening, and we feel like so much we can feel so much energy and passion and fire and primal life force, and we just want to jump and go out and meet people and share and create, and just we want things to go fast, and we want action, but it's not at all what's happening right now, and it's not possible for us to go fully into action, and going outside is not happening. So there is a frustration, because all we want to do is go outside, and it's not possible right now. So this is also why it's important for us right now to really find a way to find peace, embrace the energy of peace, and just accepting the situation as it is, and make peace with these conflicting energies inside of us, because at the same time we are asked to be inside, and inside our homes, but also inside our selves, and being on the journey of self-discovery and shadow work and diving deep and being still and listening. And at the same time, we have all this energy to go outside and be in the world, and so it's important to make peace with that and understand that, okay, yeah, that's the reality, that's what's happening, but it's okay, and it's not gonna be like that forever. And yeah, just accepting this energies. We have the warrior, that is really telling us that yes, there is a lot of shadow work right now, also because this full moon is very influenced by Pluto, and Pluto is the god of the underworld, and it's all about scary scary things. No, it's really yeah, about shadow work and death and transformation and unearthing your deepest fears. And but it's, of course, it's also about, it's the alchemy, and it's the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's the resurrection. So the warrior is telling us, yes, it's kind of scary and it's all dark, but you definitely have the strength. You're a fearless being, and I mean, fearless doesn't mean that you have no fear. It's just it just means that you're very aware of your fears, but you just go for it anyways. And so you're really brave, and you're very strong, and you can definitely do this because you were made for these times, and it's not a coincidence that you're here right now on planet Earth. It's you chose to be here right now, and it's all gonna be okay, even if your mind is like, oh my god, no, it's not gonna be okay, but it is. It's really okay. And we are guided by strength. So it's really, that's part of what's happening right now, is that we're diving deep into ourselves and really unearthing so much and doing so much shadow work and facing our fears. And yes, we can feel very small and disempowered, but that's an illusion. We're super strong, and we are guided by strength, and that's why we're doing this, because it's a journey of empowerment, and that's what Pluto teaches us. And it can be ugly and scary and horrifying, but that's ultimately what Pluto teaches us, is that face your worst fears. Go to the core of yourself, like go so deep that you don't even know if you're gonna make it. You don't even know where you are anymore. You're like, you don't even know where the light is, but the light is always inside of you. You are the light. So if you cannot see the light, it's just that you are that light. And it's this initiation, it's this rite of passage that's so important to, and that's to reconnect with your your strength, your power. It's a very empowering journey that is happening right now for so many of us. And that's that's really Pluto's teaching. It's very powerful, it's very deep, and it's extremely empowering. So we are also guided by the star, and this is really, the star is all about hope and protection and light and creativity, and have faith and trust yourself and know that you are on the right path. You're always on the right path, and you are always protected no matter what happens. And even like when you don't feel the protection and you feel that there's no hope and you're alone and this is just an illusion, and you're always protected. And right now we are all very protected. And we also have the Six of Pentacles, and this tells us that there are we are finding new ways to share with people around us, and to the energy is finding new ways to circulate between people. And we also it's also an opportunity right now to be really creative and share this creativity with others and with the world, and to really get in touch with our creativity, and giving us permission to do so, and really making space for that to happen, and finding the courage to create. That's also one of the opportunities of these times. And sharing in being more authentic, and not sharing from a place of ego or fear, or and it's also about dropping the facade and the masks, which is really interesting and funny because right now everybody's wearing masks, but it really makes it obvious. It's like, well, we're all wearing masks all the time, and it's kind of like there's like, I think we need to stop that. We want to stop that. I mean, why would we wear masks? Like, to protect ourselves, whatever, but it's really a time where we are awakening to everything that is not working in the system, the society, and the fact that we're all wearing masks. It's just like, wait, why? I don't want to wear a mask. I want to be myself. I want to be my true self, and be yourself. Like, I want authentic, beautiful, heartfelt relationships. I don't want to wear a mask and pretend that I'm someone, whatever. It doesn't make sense anymore, and that's what the full moon is also illuminating, is that we don't need to wear masks anymore. If we don't want to, we can just let that go and shine our true selves and be like, hey, that's who I am, and if you don't like it, it's the same. But I don't want to hide or wear a mask anymore, pretend. to be someone I'm not. And we also have the Two of Cups. I like that there's this card. This card showed up for the full moon in Libra, because Libra is the sign of balance and relationships, and so it's really invitation to find more harmony and balance with your relationships, but also the relationship to yourself, and being more the same, being more authentic and heart-centered. There's really this sharing from the heart with others. And I mean, with your friends, it's easy to share from the heart, but it's also what is interesting is that we're gonna start sharing from the heart with people we didn't know we could. So yeah, that's the beauty of these times, is that as people are shedding skins and awakening to themselves and to their true identity and their essence, and drop the masks, then we're gonna really have more meaningful relationships and be able to share in a way that was not possible before. And so that's very exciting. And we are, as with the Ten of Pentacles, we're really what happens is that it's the 10, so it's the end of a cycle, and it's an invitation for us to let go of the illusion of security and stability. And because we're at the start of a big shift in humanity, where all the system, everything is gonna collapse around us in the coming years, and it's not gonna be, I mean, it's gonna be chaotic, but it's not gonna be we are guided. It's a guided process, which means that it's gonna have it's gonna be like a step by step, like a very chaotic one, but it's not always gonna be like super chaotic and overwhelming. We'll have also time to moments where things will be more quiet, and so that we can integrate and adjust. But yeah, I mean, it's the next few years, it's gonna be chaotic, and because that's just what needs to happen for a new world to emerge. And so we're being asked to really find this sense of stability and security inside of ourselves, because outside we don't know if it's gonna be there. So yeah, and also the mastery over our emotions. That's really important to feel, of course, all of our emotions, and really acknowledge them and recognize them and embracing them, and also really not just letting go of them, not identified so much with them, really have a like love and respect for them, but just letting them go, because there's a great purification that is happening on an emotional level. So it's also why there are so many fears and emotions that are coming out right now. And so that's why really we want to find a way not to be like swept away or overwhelmed by our emotions, and by accepting them and listening, but not getting caught in the game, the game of the mind. And yeah, we really want to cultivate that mastery over the emotions. And so that's where we are right now. I think that could be the everybody's ID right now. We are transforming, and it's a weird stage right now because we're trapped inside in a cocoon and we're just disintegrating. But after that, we'll have a beautiful butterfly. So we need to be patient and trust that it's all part of the journey and it's all good. And we have the drum. So it's all about this journey. It's really it's like a really a planetary rite of passage right now, and we're all in it, and we are reconnecting with our essence, because that's what happens when we are faced with instability, and we are facing death, and this really makes everything very clear very quickly. And it brings us to the essence and what truly matters. So that's a very good way, it's for us to realize what truly matters and what doesn't. And so the drum is here to remind us of our connection to the earth and to our own being, and to the heartbeat, and really, and the rhythm, our own rhythm, the rhythm of life, and listening to that rhythm and trusting. That we're complete, we're whole, like the full moon. We are full. And yeah, we have, the autumn card, release the old and rest, which is really because it's upside down. Wait, maybe not, because I was thinking, here it's spring, but of course in other parts of the world it's autumn. But yeah, it's a time of transformation and stillness, and we need to rest and listen. And we also got the High Priest, which is all about the reconnection to spirituality and the divine within yourself, and the inner guide, understanding that you don't need to give your power away, No one knows better than you what is good for you, and you can trust yourself to be your own teacher, your own guide, you are the bridge between heaven and earth. Like you don't need anyone else in between. You are your own bridge. And you have the wisdom, the knowledge. So it's really about trusting that spiritual empowerment. Yes, so that's a very exciting cycle. Exciting times to be alive. Challenging and exciting. Okay, well, thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you soon. Bye.